Hello there, and welcome to the final episode of this amazing randomized battle in the demo of Task Force Admiral between a US and a Japanese carrier force. Let me recap really quick what has happened in the previous episodes. The Japanese have launched 2 attack waves at my carriers, and despite hitting the carrier Lexington a few times, they failed to do any lasting damage. On top of that, most of the Japanese bombers were either shot down during the attacks themselves, or were later pursued by my fighters and brought down before they could escape back to their own fleet. Confident that the Japanese were now unable to send another strong strike against my fleet, I detached my cruiser force to go hunt down and confront the enemy fleet directly. Unfortunately, one of the cruisers, trying to evade the Japanese airstrike, turned so hard that it capsized and sank. The remaining Japanese carrier has first been damaged and then finished off by a very accurate second strike. The Japanese fleet, having lost both their carriers, now consists of 2 heavy cruisers and a few destroyer escorts. They are fervently trying to disengage and to escape, but already waves of aircraft are on their way to them as our own cruisers ready their guns. Grab yourself some popcorn, relax, and enjoy the end to this magnificent battle. Some important information. I have just split off Dewey from the formation because Dewey has actually received some damage, as you can see, and her steering has been almost knocked out. I'm trying to have her turn around and head away from the enemies. Not sure how well that will work though. She's attracting a lot of fire. One of the enemy destroyers has joined the shooting gallery here. And well, the Japanese destroyer has rapid firing guns. But on the other hand, the first flight of dive bombers is almost there. So there's that. The enemy is about to have a bad time. However, you can also see that the sun is going down. We only have half an hour left for air operations. Then we won't be able to launch any more aircraft. Over there is the Japanese fleet. So, I'm not sure that Lexington will be able to get that Yorktown will be able to get any aircraft back in the sky in the next half hour. I don't think so, to be honest. I think Lexington strike aircraft that we have on the way, they are gonna be it. If they accomplish good hits on the enemy, great. If not, we are probably going to disengage with the cruisers before I lose more ships. But now, let's see what else is happening. My fleet. New Orleans continues to engage the enemy. Chester, I think Chester is bugged or something like that. The guns are raised but not turning towards the enemy. She should be within range, not doing anything. Portland is shooting. And yeah, placeholder sounds. They do sound horrible, but I'm sure that is something that when the final game is released will be much better sounding. And Astoria, well, either she's still not in range. Wait, where's everybody else? Oh, yeah, she might not be in range. She is lagging quite far behind, to be honest. And Dewey, please get out. Are you even slightly turning? I mean, you're bravely charging the enemy and shooting, but that's not what I want from you. I want you to turn around and get out of here. Your rudder might be too damaged. The rudder is damaged, but not knocked out. You should be able to turn. However, you seem to be extremely eager to charge in, which I do not approve. You will be sunk. Dive bombers are heading in. Down there, 2 enemy cruisers. They're going for them. That's a beautiful picture, isn't it? I mean, if you just take this game, you can make screenshot after screenshot after screenshot and have them as wallpapers. It's looking really, really good. Yeah. The enemy cruisers are maneuvering. But I don't think this is gonna go too well for them. Experienced dive bomber pilots are coming. And this cruiser is not maneuvering right now. This approach is not good. This approach is not that great. Misses. What's going on, guys? Is the darkness, the approaching darkness, is that bothering you? You're not even getting any bombs close to it. A little bit disappointed, I gotta admit. Not a great strike. Not a great strike at all. The enemy cruisers are retaliating with massive anti-aircraft fire. But we are getting out of here. Oh, this one's being hit by anti-aircraft fire from that cruiser down there. Still flying though. Huge amounts of anti-aircraft fire. We did it. Let me check something. Over there, in the distance, is a Japanese destroyer. I think he's being shot at by my fleet. Let's check on him. How's he looking? He seems to be slow for a destroyer. I wouldn't be surprised if he has taken some hits. Yeah, I see some black splotches here on the stern. So maybe he took some good hits already. And the beauty now is of the situation... Oh, that was a hit. We just saw it. The beauty of the situation that we find ourselves in. So this strike has just finished. The next one is not far behind. The next one is not far behind. They will just keep coming now. They will now just keep coming. Okay, my cruiser force is getting a little bit away from the enemy. I want them to now turn this way. Keep the enemy in range. And shooting at them. Meanwhile, I'm sorry to see this, but Dewey is continuing to kill itself. She's charging. She's simply charging ahead. I gave her a waypoint. I gave her a waypoint to get out of here. Come on, please. Maybe... Let me reduce your speed a little bit. Maybe that's the... Maybe you can't turn? Because of a high speed or something like that? But please turn around and head out of here. Your sacrifice is noble, but totally uncalled for. That just took another hit there. She is shooting at that enemy destroyer. I'm not sure if my... Yeah, my cruisers are still shooting too. Chester? No, of course not. Portland is still shooting. Good. And Astoria still lagging behind the formation. Probably still not in range. I really have no clue what damaged you. New Orleans has to do the heavy lifting. And Dewey. Dewey is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. Shooting up this little Japanese destroyer. The destroyer is receiving hits. That's a lot of heavy fire incoming from my cruiser too. And yeah, that was another hit that you just saw there on the stern. Let me figure out Which strike is the next here? So these aircraft are heading out. Is this a strike coming in, or are these just escorts? Let's see, you guys. You have finished, I think. I think you are done, yes. You are indeed done. So we can disregard Naval Strike 25. What about 26? Yeah, you are coming soon here. You, I think, will be the next one up. These here must be escorts. These are just a few minutes away now. Yorktown still recovering aircraft. As I said, I don't believe that Yorktown will be able to launch another strike. 20 minutes. I don't think that's enough time. And even if she were to launch a strike, those aircraft would have to fly at night, which is not ideal. I mean, the skies are clear and we might have a full moon, so might work. But still, not preferred. I would like to avoid that. New Orleans still shooting. Dewey still charging ahead, but now critical damage. This thing is not gonna make it much longer. It really isn't. Damage control is getting damaged. Funnels are damaged. Multiple things damaged on this little ship. Even some magazine has been damaged here. Damage, yeah, status is out of action basically. She is gonna sink soon. She is gonna sink very soon. Her speed will now start to drop rapidly. Propulsion is out. Yeah, the boilers and engines are all damaged. Most of them. That was another hit. Unfortunately, the Dewey is soon going down. She's going down fighting though. I can say that much about her. The Dewey is a fighter, and this Japanese destroyer is regretting every moment of that. But still, the Dewey can't keep this up. She just can't. Something's soon about to give. Most likely the engines. There's a lot of fire incoming from the Japanese cruisers too. She cannot survive this amount of punishment. Absolutely not. If only she could have turned around. New Orleans still shooting? Yes, thankfully you are still shooting. Need to check the range. Make sure that we keep the enemy inside our range. We are. That destroyer in particular is very much inside our range. Chester. Are you? No. Chester is bugged. Portland shooting. Astoria might still be too far behind. Might be. Japanese destroyer is having a very, very bad time. Many hits now. Leaking fuel into the sea. We are going to sink this thing. Of that I'm sure, but it's just destroyer for destroyer. I would have liked to have sunk this thing without losing the Dewey in the process. The Dewey continues to fight. Brave little ship. Very brave little ship. Doing all she can, but she's getting bracketed. That was a hit just there. Yeah, she's not gonna do this much longer. I don't believe so. New Orleans, keep up the fire, okay? Let's take a look at our dive bombers. They are getting closer. They are getting closer. Heading towards the IP, nice. Soon the enemy cruisers are gonna have another problem on their hands. And another wave is already on the way. There are a few more strikes coming. Somebody has to hit them. Somebody just has to. Enemy cruisers down there. But let's actually, until my aircraft are in a good position, let's stay with the Dewey. Accompany it on its final voyage for a little while longer. She's now almost broadside to the Japanese destroyer. Putting out shell after shell. It's almost making the... ooh, hit into the funnel there. She's almost making the impression as if she wants to empty her magazines before she goes down. Make every shell count, boys. Make every shell count. Japanese destroyer is looking a bit worse for wear. It's looking more or less just as bad as the Dewey is. Stern is getting a bit low in the water. The Dewey, despite all the damage that she has taken, she's still plowing ahead at 40 knots. Losing speed, but yeah, everything is now damaged. She's not gonna do this much longer. What about the dive bombers? They are forming up. So the enemies are to their left. Not sure who they are going for. Probably they are going once again for the first cruiser in the formation, that one over there. It is beneath this cloud here. Well, we are turning towards a target. Which one is it? Yeah, it is that cruiser. Heading in. Yorktown's still recovering aircraft. Dewey somehow still afloat. Come on guys, please get a good bomb hit onto that cruiser. Please do me that favor. Down there it is. Steaming ahead at full speed. Full tilt. That's gonna make it more difficult for my bombers. We are commencing the dive. The formation on the left is diving. And now we are diving too. But this approach, not sure. Well, that was close. There we go, that was a hit. Finally, oh my god, yes. Multiple hits on target. That cruiser is in trouble. That cruiser is in so much trouble. Good job, guys, good job. Finally some hits. Dewey somehow still afloat. Let's take a look at this here. Massive fire in the bow and in the stern. Not sure if it will be enough to sink this thing, but this hit in the stern will surely be enough to slow it. No, I think it's gonna sink. The stern is slipping beneath the waves. I think it's done. The cruiser is gone. One cruiser down, one to go. Excellent job. That's a dangerous foe gone. Removed from the equation. Slipping beneath the waves quite fast. And the next strike is already underway, and the next strike will now target the other cruiser. So that is why I staggered the strikes. And the other cruiser has already been damaged by shell fire. So its speed should be a bit reduced, making it more likely that somebody's gonna hit that thing. But the enemy fleet has just lost a major asset. It's gone. And what else is gone? The Dewey. Unfortunately, that's it for the Dewey. She served well and with honor. That's gonna be a bunch of medals posthumously though. But yeah, she went down. Chester not shooting. Portland shooting. Astoria shooting as well now. Good, so only Chester seems to have problems with her guns. Astoria, are you shooting? Yes, you are. Okay, so that's a lot of shell fire going the enemy's way. Let's see if I can spot one of the enemies over there. There are splashes in the water right there. Let's head that way. A little bit closer. Oh, come on. I think I lost it. There's something. Yeah. There they are. Over there somewhere. Fortunately, I can't just click on this map. On one of the... Ah, well, I can. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't work, but this time it did. And the enemy, what is it? A Sashio destroyer. Is under a lot of fire still. Still somehow afloat, but the guns seem to have fallen silent now that the Dewey has gone down. They don't have the range to reach my cruisers. And they're being shot at a lot. So I believe that this thing is gonna go down pretty soon. She won't be able to survive the heavy fire from my cruisers for much longer. If they get a few really good hits in, then this thing is doomed. Even so, look how much it has slowed down. It's crawling. So that was the Asashio. The other ones seem to be more or less running away. There's another Asashio and another Miyoko. Which one? Wait. This one is alive. This one isn't. Okay. The sunken Miyoko is still visible on the map. But there's only one Miyoko currently alive. That Miyoko doesn't seem to be in range right now. I will have my fleet turn north and pursue. More aircraft on the way, so we can close this section. That was Naval Strike 26. Let's see who else is there. Not you. Probably you. Yeah, you're almost there. You're next up. I hope you find the target in the darkness that is fast approaching. I really do hope you find it. You've reached your end waypoint. Please find the target. Let us actually advance time a bit. See what happens. Yeah, it is now. Yorktown has not finished recovering the aircraft. It is now nighttime. We can no longer launch aircraft. But this flight of aircraft has spotted the enemy and they're heading in. That's what I wanted to see. My cruisers should still be keeping up a good fire. Indeed they are. What are they shooting at? Did the Asashio go down? It went down, yes. The Asashio is gone. Asashio gone, Miyoko gone, so they have another Asashio and another Miyoko. And those seem to have turned towards the east. So we need to turn our fleet and chase after them. Close the range. These aircraft are coming in. Let's advance time just a little bit. And then we'll have a look at them, see how they're doing. But it will now be quite dark, I can tell you. There you see. It's getting darker. This, I mean, diving towards the sea at full speed with anti-aircraft fire whizzing by, that's scary enough. Doing it against the dark sea, I mean, that must feel like going... That must feel like heading for a war. You guys, you are... I think you will attack first, so let's accompany you. Yeah, down there, I think I see a ripple in the sea down there. That must be where the cruiser is. Indeed, there it is. Yeah. I believe that's the cruiser. So we're about to dive. There we go. Come on guys, get a few good hits in. Well, this approach is not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. Close. Close. Not a hit, but it was close. Maybe it did some damage. And there are more coming. There's another flight coming in. So there's still a chance that more damage will be done to this thing. These guys are now still on approach. Ah, over there we see the cruiser shooting. Yeah, these 4 bombers, they're still coming in with their ordnance. They might still do it. They might still hit the cruiser, and if they don't, I have more aircraft coming. If they are able to find the enemy fleet, that might actually be the problem here. But if they're able to find the enemy fleet, then they can deliver a few more bombs and or torpedoes. I think maybe next up are torpedo bombers. 2 flights of those. Which is fine. The cruiser will have slowed down from the damage that it received, so maybe a torpedo drop will actually be able to hit it. But as for right now, these dive bombers are soon gonna turn towards it. They're just trying to get into a good position. Pursuing plenty of anti-aircraft fire for their trouble. At the very least, by attacking the cruiser, we are forcing it to maneuver, allowing our cruisers to catch up, to get it in range and to shoot. So that's good. We should soon be turning around. Unless these guys are going for the enemy destroyer. That's still alive? I mean, it's possible. But I don't think they'll do that. I think they will soon turn around and head back for that cruiser. Let us actually advance the time a little bit, just so that we see what's going on. Yeah, we're turning. Their cruiser's down there. We're heading right for it. These guys will return to their carrier in almost darkness. That is surely very difficult, but I'm sure they will somehow manage to do it. Okay, the first one is already diving in. The others are now following. Let's see if we get a few good hits in this time. This approach, it's not looking terrible. There's a miss. Nah, I don't think this will hit. No. Misses. I see that the Japanese destroyer back there is receiving fire. So I guess he's currently the target of my fleet. Okay, we are going towards them quite aggressively now. The Miyoko is also turning our way, I believe? Or away from us. Not so sure. That's the wrong Miyoko. That's the right Miyoko. That thing is trying to stay turned away from us. Is receiving some of the fire. Fleet, how are you looking? New Orleans, you are not under fire. You are firing. You are still useless. Portland. Portland is under fire. Doesn't seem to have been hit so far. Astoria, you are in range, you're shooting. That's all that matters. My destroyers. Phelps, currently not shooting. Farragut, not shooting. Erwin, not shooting. They are not in range yet. And if we look at the map, so we can close this strike. 28 is done. What about 29? Torpedo bombers. Yeah, now it's their turn. They're coming. They are coming. There they are. Well, they are soon gonna be here, and then we'll see. Maybe they will get a hit in. I'm sure that the enemy cruiser is slowed down by the damage that it received. Let's jump ahead a little bit until they commence their attack. Half past 6. My torpedo bombers have just delivered their torpedoes. And now we wait. Will one of those torpedoes reach the cruiser? It is currently not evading. Well, not very enthusiastically at least. It seems to have really been slowed down by damage received. So there is a good chance that those torpedoes, some of them, one of them, are gonna hit. And if they do, then this thing is doomed. It is currently under fire by my cruisers, as you can see. Plenty of splashes all around. Can I see any torpedo wakes? I don't think I'll be able to in this darkness. I don't think so. We'll just have to wait a little bit and see. See if we see any impacts. I hope we do. I really hope we do. It would be truly amazing to torpedo a cruiser like this. Nothing so far. Did they all miss? Maybe the cruiser was about to slow down a lot and all the torpedoes passed in front of it. It's a possibility. Well, don't worry, there's one more strike coming. We have one more strike on the way. And look how slow this thing is now. And there's no way that it's going to evade. Not after receiving more and more damage and being this slow. Somebody has to line up on it. The anti-aircraft fire on the ingress was strong. Maybe that threw off the torpedo bombers together with the worsening visibility. No, no impacts. I'd say we would be seeing them by now. So I think we can disregard this strike. And we'll wait for the next one. It was you who blocked their torpedoes. 29 I think is next. Paradoxically. Yeah, they're heading in. Fleet, how are you looking? New Orleans fine. Chester still useless. Portland being under fire by the Miyoko, but fine. Not damaged yet. And returning fire enthusiastically. Astoria shooting. My destroyers Not shooting, not shooting, not shooting. So the destroyers are not in range yet, but my cruisers are. They're giving the enemy hell. Oh, the moon is rising. That's nice. That's nice. Good. Let us once again jump ahead a little bit until the last and final torpedo strike is arriving. They are soon gonna join us. The enemy Miyoko is shooting left and right. Shooting left at my ships, shooting right at the approaching torpedo bombers. Hehehe. They're heading in. They're heading in and they're not gonna be deterred. Where exactly is the enemy? Okay, they are... That over there where we can see all the splashes in the water, that's where the Miyoko is. And we are soon going to turn towards it. And we are gonna make a good drop. Actually, these guys already made a drop. And from broadside. That's good. They have a decent chance of hitting the enemy. The others are now turning in. Here we go. I can't even see the ship in the darkness. Oh, there it is. You saw muzzle flashes right there. That thing is not going fast. Please line up properly. Oops. Yeah, looking okay-ish. Looking okay. Torpedo in the water. Let's zoom in on the enemy. This thing is... No, it's not dead in the water. It's still steaming ahead at a slow speed. Maybe we are lucky. Maybe we do get a torpedo hit. But to be honest, the angle of these guys that just dropped, the angle was not good. Not good at all. And sadly in this darkness I don't think I'll be able to see the torpedo wakes. We'll just have to see if there's suddenly a huge fountain of water marking a big torpedo detonation. This thing is putting out a lot of fire. Really scary. But this is also receiving a lot of fire, including a lot of hits, I hope. And I hope to see a torpedo hit now. Please. Might not be the case. I think we should see one by now. I don't think we are going to see one. I'll wait a little moment longer, but so far nothing. Meanwhile, looking at Portland, she has been hit a little bit. Oh, she has been hit quite a bit, sorry. I might need to evacuate her. Have her retire to the rear of the formation, something like that. Yeah, no torpedo hit. If I don't see one now, I don't think I'm gonna see one. No. Yeah, let's take care of Portland. Yeah, she has been damaged a lot. Let's get her out of here as long as her steering and propulsion is still working. I will do the following. Portland, we will detach you. Portland, you are gonna detach. And I could group you with the Astoria. Let's try that. That should make you change formation. Yeah, you're turning. Excellent. Get out of here. Get to the end of the formation. But keep shooting. The important part is that you keep shooting. The enemy Miyoko has been damaged so hard already. I don't think she's gonna survive this punishment for too long. I just need to make sure that none of my ships go down in the meantime. Yeah, plenty of hits landing on this thing. But she still seems to have all her guns ready and going, shooting at me. Over there's my fleet. I hope I can get Portland to safety and have somebody else take a bit of punishment for her. Chester, by the way, what about you? No, still useless. My destroyers, have they opened up? Are they close enough? That's a negative. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll jump ahead a little bit until we have a better understanding of how much damage the Miyoko can take before it goes down. And if I get the impression that the Miyoko is not gonna go down, then I might just disengage after all. We'll see though. We'll see. Let's jump ahead a little bit. The Miyoko is going down. Basically just as I ended that part of the video, the Miyoko decided to go down. So here we are again, with a sinking Miyoko. That only leaves the enemy destroyer, who is now going to receive the full and undivided attention of my cruiser force. I would not want to be him. He's over there. No, where is he? I will check in just a moment. Let's first watch the Miyoko go down. And then we are gonna watch how the enemy destroyer is being taken apart by my cruiser force. I don't think that will take long. Not at all. And that's goodbye Miyoko. Slipping beneath the waves. Excellent job. Very good. Very good. Okay. That thing's done. Let's go to the map. See where the last remaining enemy is there. Is he really there? Where is the enemy destroyer? The Asashio. Is it this one? No. That's the sinking... Did we sink it already? That's not the Miyoko, right? No, it's the Asashio. I think we did it. Everything is dead. The enemy destroyer just blew up. We won. Let's check on Portland. Portland is damaged, but afloat. And generally not too bad. I mean, she has some flooding, yes. But overall, I think her crew will be able to fix this. They'll be fine. They will be fine. The enemy fleet has been destroyed completely. If we look back at my fleet, Yorktown has finished recovering her aircraft. Lexington is still recovering. or will now start to recover. Yeah, she's recovering aircraft. So she's gonna clear the deck. Yeah, she's just commencing doing that. So the first strikes, they are now returning. And they are gonna land as the last rays of the sun are vanishing. How pretty this is. So, this has been a very random battle in Task Force Admiral. In the demo for Task Force Admiral, I should say. I really have to say, what I see in the demo here looks promising. I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is gonna be the best game ever. No, I don't think so. There are others. Gravity Team Tactics Muse soon says hello. But for carrier combat in the Pacific, I believe this might be the very best game. And it is shaping up to be really, really, really great. And I think I am going to support that Kickstarter to get myself early access on this, so that I can show the progress of the game to you guys once the beta is released. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. I don't usually do this. I usually never pre-order games. But I'll make an exception this time. Just because of this demo, and because of the solid foundation that I see in this demo. If you should decide to support the Kickstarter, then by the time you watch this video, you are already too late. I'm sorry. The Kickstarter will have ended on the 21st of March, but maybe they leave some kind of option up to pre-order it, to still join after the fact. Maybe that's possible. Check it out if you're interested. And keep an eye out for this game. Now, with that all said, please let me know in the comments what you think of it, what you think of this battle that we played, and if I maybe did something that I shouldn't have done. I did get my ships in a bit of danger, and I lost a cruiser to... I still don't know to what. Let me know to what I lost that cruiser, please. I don't have words for what happened there. I think it just turned too hard and capsized because of it. I have no other explanation. But maybe you do. So do let me know. And do look forward to more videos on Task Force Admiral once the game is released. And of course to more episodes of my Silent Hunter campaign. That will of course continue. I have already left the port and I'm already in the patrol area. There just hasn't anything happened so far. No, I'm not in the patrol area. I'm almost in the patrol area. Ah well. Now, I'm not gonna bore you much longer. I'm just gonna thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel if you are. Thank you for supporting the channel if you do. You guys are really amazing. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really great days and goodbye. What am I talking about? We need to take a look at the mission results. Sorry. No, we need to take a look at the mission results. Oh, we'll do that in just a moment. Before we do that though, let me indulge in something really quick. There is an aircraft coming into land, I believe. Is it? Is this thing trying to come into land? Yes, it is. Let us together indulge for one more time in the beauty of this game, as this Dauntless that has been damaged by anti-aircraft fire is heading in to land on the carrier deck. You cannot say that this is not awesome, that this is not amazing, that it is completely unbelievable how well and true to life this strategy game, and yes, it is a strategy game, but how well this strategy game portrays air combat. and flight operations. I never would have believed it if you just told me about it. A strategy game. This, to be honest, what I see here in this demo might be the best depiction of aerial combat that I have yet to see in a strategy game. And that's just amazing. To me, that is amazing. Now, the aircraft are landing. We'll let them do that. We are going to go to the debriefing.
Victory in the Coral Sea. American and Allied forces, led by the U.S. Navy aircraft carriers, have inflicted a decisive defeat on the Japanese fleet, threatening the Australian outpost of Port Moresby. It is the beginning of the end, all thanks to the courageous seamen and flyers of Task Force 17, led by Admiral Fletcher. Next stop, Bravo!
Did you see that dauntless landing on the carrier deck? My god, what a thrill that must have been. Success. For the first time since Pearl Harbor, the tide has truly turned, and decisively so. With the attack on Port Moresby repelled with heavy losses, the enemy has turned tail and is now questioning the validity of its expansion plans in the South Pacific, as Japanese Navy and Army casualties number in the hundreds, if not thousands. As High Command devises new and creative ways to make the best use of our local superiority, it seems the enemy may be coming back for another round. This time at Midway Island. The morale and experience gained in the Coral Sea put us in a perfect position to rain calamity on the enemy's parade once and for all thanks to you. Good job, Admiral. Let's go for the full report. Oh boy. Enemy ship losses. Suikaku gone, Shokaku gone, Haguro gone, Asagumo gone, Miyoko gone, and Arashio gone. Enemy aircraft losses, 37 Zeros, 54 torpedo bombers, 54 dive bombers. Friendly ship losses. I lost the USS Minneapolis, and I lost the USS Dewey. Yorktown, Lexington, Astoria, and Portland all got damaged, for which I lost a whole bunch of points. How do I lose more points for a damaged ship than for a sunk one? Never mind. Friendly aircraft losses. I lost 15 Wildcats and 9 Dauntless dive bombers. And that's the final score. I think I did pretty well. Oh, what a nice battle. I really enjoyed this one. And I hope you did too. Now, once again, thank you very much for watching today's video. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some truly great days and goodbye.